Hey everyone, today's story is about something we all feel but rarely talk about: fear. It lives inside all of us, whispering doubts, building walls, and holding us back from the life we truly want. But what if we could face it? What if we could understand it, step by step, and slowly become stronger than it? This video isn't about superheroes or legends. It's about real life, your life, and how even in today's busy modern world, you can learn to overcome fear, grow courage, and move forward, one small step at a time. Fear is something everyone feels. It's a part of being human. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, fear can touch us in small ways or big ways. Sometimes, fear is so quiet we hardly notice it. Other times, it can roar so loud it feels like it's taking over our entire body. Fear can make our stomachs feel tight and our voices shake. It can stop us from doing things we really want to do. But here is something important to remember. Fear does not have to control us forever. We can learn how to face fear, understand it, and slowly, step by step, we can become stronger than it. In today's fast-changing world, fear comes in many forms. It is not just the fear of darkness or monsters under the bed, like when we were kids. Now, fear might be about failing in school, not fitting in with friends, or facing new challenges at work. It might be about what others think of us, or the fear of losing something important. These fears can make life feel hard and heavy. But we must remember that fear is natural. Everyone feels it, even the strongest people. The difference is how we deal with it. To understand how to overcome fear, the first thing to know is that fear is a signal. It tells us something feels uncertain or risky. Fear is our body's way of protecting us. It can keep us safe in dangerous moments. But sometimes fear grows too big and stops us from growing. When fear controls us, it limits what we can do. The good news is that fear is something we can control too. The first step to overcoming fear is to face it honestly. This means looking at the fear directly instead of running away. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. When we shine a light on our fear, we see it for what it really is. Maybe the fear feels like a big monster, but when we look closely, it is just a shadow. By naming our fear, like saying, "I am afraid of failing my exam," or "I am scared to talk in front of people," we start to understand it better. Fear loses some of its power when we talk about it clearly. After facing fear, the next step is to accept that fear is a part of life. Everyone feels afraid sometimes, and that's okay. It's not a sign that we are weak. Accepting fear means we stop fighting it inside ourselves and stop feeling ashamed. When we accept fear, we can be kind to ourselves. We tell ourselves, "It's okay to feel scared. This feeling will pass." This kindness makes fear easier to handle because we stop adding pressure on ourselves. Once we accept fear, we can start to break it down into smaller parts. Fear often feels huge because we think about it all at once. But if we look closer, fear usually comes from many small worries mixed together. For example, if someone is afraid of starting a new job, they might be worried about making mistakes, meeting new people, or not knowing what to do. Instead of thinking about the big fear, it helps to take one small worry at a time. This makes fear feel less overwhelming and easier to manage. After breaking fear down, it's time to take small actions toward what scares us. Courage does not mean jumping into the deep end without knowing how to swim. It means taking one small step at a time, even if it feels scary. If talking in front of people is frightening, start by speaking in front of one friend. Then, try a small group. Each step builds confidence, like climbing a ladder. Small actions help our brain learn that the fear is not as dangerous as it thought. Over time, these little steps add up to big changes. Another important part of overcoming fear is preparing and learning. Often, fear grows because we don't know enough about what we face. When we learn more, fear begins to shrink. For example, if you are afraid of an exam, studying and practicing helps you feel ready. If you fear public speaking, learning how to prepare a speech or practicing deep breathing can calm your mind. Preparation makes us feel stronger and more in control. It gives us tools to fight fear instead of running from it. In modern life, fear also grows from comparison. Social media and the internet show us perfect pictures of other people's lives. This can make us feel not good enough or afraid we will fail. To overcome this kind of fear, it helps to focus on our own journey and not compare ourselves to others. Everyone's path is different. We all have strengths and weaknesses. When we celebrate small wins and keep trying, we move forward in our own way. Comparing only makes fear louder, but focusing on ourselves makes courage grow. Sometimes fear feels so strong that we want to hide away or do nothing. This is when it's important to talk to someone we trust. Sharing our fears with a friend, family member, or mentor helps lighten the load. Other people can give us new ideas, comfort, and support. They remind us we are not alone in feeling scared. Talking about fear can change it from a dark secret into a shared experience. This makes fear easier to face. Another tool to overcome fear is changing the way we think. Fear often comes with negative thoughts like, "I can't do this," or "I will fail." These thoughts are like walls blocking us from moving forward. We can learn to catch these negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I am going to fail," try thinking, "I will do my best and learn from this." Changing our thoughts helps change our feelings. When we believe in ourselves, even a little, fear starts to lose. Fear is also connected to our body. When we are scared, our heart beats faster and our muscles tense up. Learning to control our body's reactions can help control fear. Simple breathing exercises, like taking slow, deep breaths, calm the mind and body. Stretching or going for a walk can release tension. When the body feels calm, the mind feels calmer too. This helps us think clearly and act bravely. One of the most powerful ways to overcome fear is to find meaning in the fear. Fear shows us what matters to us. It points to places where we want to grow or protect something important. Instead of seeing fear as an enemy, we can see it as a guide. If fear tells us this is important, then we can decide to face it because what's beyond fear is worth it. When we have a reason that matters, like helping others, learning something new, or following a dream, fear becomes smaller. In the modern world, fear often comes from too much noise, the constant rush, the pressure to succeed, and the distractions from devices. To face fear today, we need to make space for quiet and reflection. Taking time to be alone, to think and feel, helps us understand our fears better. Simple moments of silence, meditation, or writing in a journal can clear the mind. When we slow down, we hear our true feelings and find the courage inside. It is important to remember that overcoming fear is not about never feeling scared again. Fear will come and go throughout life. The goal is to learn how to live with fear and not let it stop us. Every time we face fear, we grow stronger. Every small victory over fear builds confidence for the next challenge. Fear can also teach us about patience. Sometimes we can't overcome fear all at once. It takes time, practice, and kindness to ourselves. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, we wobble and fall, but with time, we get steady and free. Fear works the same way. The more we try, the more we learn, the less afraid we feel. Sometimes, fear can come from past experiences or failures. It's important to forgive ourselves for past mistakes. We are not defined by the times we were scared or failed. Instead, we are defined by how we keep going. Forgiveness helps us heal and opens the door to courage. When we stop blaming ourselves, fear loses its hold. The world today offers many ways to support us in overcoming fear. There are books, videos, apps, and communities of people who understand what we feel. Using these resources can help us feel less alone and more prepared. It's okay to ask for help and to take advice from others who have found ways to be brave. Finally, one of the most beautiful things about fear is that it can show us who we really are. When we face fear, we discover strength we didn't know we had. We find out that courage is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act despite fear. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. It is proof that inside each of us is a brave heart waiting to shine. So, to overcome fear in modern life, we start by seeing fear clearly and naming it. We accept that fear is part of us and break it down into small, manageable parts. We take small steps toward what scares us and prepare ourselves well. We focus on our own path, share our feelings with trusted people, and change negative thoughts into positive ones. We calm our bodies, find meaning in fear, and create quiet moments to reflect. We forgive ourselves, use the resources around us, and remember that courage grows with every effort. Fear will come again and again, but now we know how to meet it. We don't have to run from fear anymore. Instead, we can walk through it with courage in our hearts and hope in our minds. And in doing so, we become stronger, braver, and ready for whatever life brings next.